Well, we saw during COVID-19, of course, the retail market has been suffering a lot, just like most of the mall operators. We saw an increase in online shopping, e-commerce here in Indonesia, where in 2018-19, the e-commerce sales compared to the total retail sales was about 10%. We saw an increase to over 20% during COVID. And so a lot of people started to purchase online, partially because the malls were closed at the early stages of the pandemic, but also because a lot of people, even though the malls were open, were a bit scared, I guess, for COVID, and so preferred to stay home and not visit malls during the pandemic. Right now, we see that the traffic in malls is actually almost back to normal, I would say.
Yeah, okay. Bank Indonesia is reported that the consumer confidence index throughout 2022, it's fluctuated, although it remained above 100. What are your projections regarding this? Will the Indonesian economy continue to be in the optimistic area?
I think once the pandemic is fully over, which hopefully will be soon in the coming months, I think also consumer confidence will come back and spending will increase in the retail area. We already see confidence coming back on the retailer side, where during the pandemic they were consolidating the amount of sites and their expansion in the country, whereas now at the tail of the pandemic, I would say, they start expanding again, looking at opening standalone sites, looking at expansion in malls, and also looking at other large cities in Indonesia outside of Jakarta and the greater Jakarta area.
Okay, so what do you think about the post-COVID consumer behavior and spending will look like, Mr. Sander?
Well, I mean, as I said, I mean, the e-commerce sales increased significantly here in Indonesia. I think Indonesia is now the number 4 in the world, with that 20% of the total sales being done online. A part of that will remain, part of the consumers will remain to shop online going forward. But we believe that, you know, brick and mortar retail, so physical stores, will remain to be very important. And the retailers that have a good omni-channel strategy, meaning they have both a strong online presence and an offline presence, are the ones that will you know, be the strongest going forward. And so a lot of consumers will remain to shop online. Behavior is changing a little bit in terms of them visiting malls. Before, maybe people went to malls to buy fashion, for example, but now I think consumers are more looking for experiences, entertainment. And so mall owners and operators should also, you know, adjust themselves to that changing consumer behavior.
Okay, so what the mall or shopping center should do in the mid of diversion into the online shopping, like you say?
Space in shopping malls taken by, for example, F&B and experience tenants, what we call, was increasing. So before the e-commerce hype, let's say, F&B was about 20% of the total space taken up in malls. That has increased now to about 35% overall. And so we see that malls are changing and more focusing on F&B concepts and entertainment to fulfill the needs of consumers nowadays.